NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Ozzie. Switch.
From the gun, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd
down. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. Now Winston on 4th down. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Running with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. This is Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Buccaneers 7, Saints nothing.
Ready? Black 22. Switch up, switch up.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
And they try the sweep to Jones. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 29, Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 39, Winston, Safarian Jenkins has it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Working out of the gun, Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, high 7. Undercoach. Undercoach. Check 24. Check 24. No. Let's go up. No, 66. Regular.
On first down, Brady. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Winston. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Jameis to throw it. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He completes it to Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Winston. Complete to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Winston now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. From the red zone now, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. To throw, Winston. Steps away to his left. He's going to, and Winston lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Yeah, it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I'm not so crazy about where they decided to run that play, but I like the play itself because if you continue to run it and show it, you're going to create openings that you hope to exploit later in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Lucky. Sponge.
Throwing now is Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Winston. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Go Bandit.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Kamara. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Brady. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Lutz missed it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Winston now. Forced out to his left. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Winston from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. On first down, it's Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Brings up second and 8.
And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Here I come. Here I come.
Hey, gold 66.
Kill.
Hey, Alabama.
Kill.
That's a what?
Gold 50.
That's a
72.
That's a what?
Wait, it hit.
Shotgun now for Brady. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
72.
Smooth. Watch the twist. Check 43.
Rip.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Hey, gold 66.
Throwing on first down is Brady. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Quick the edge.
Check it, reload.
55 to Mike.
Hey, zoom.
Watch QB drop.
Gold bandit.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. He's got Smith here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now Brady. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Gold 50.
Again, it's Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Demario Davis there on the stop.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.